With summer winding down, I decided to go on a lovely beach vacation with my girlfriend. We had a romantic walk alongside the ocean, ate great food, saw this monkey animatronic, and then we stared out at the gorgeous waves during sunset. During what was probably the most romantic moment of my life, I decided this was the perfect time to ask my girlfriend an important question. So, I turned to her and said, "Do you want to watch that terrible new War of the Worlds movie starring Ice Cube?" And she said yes! So we had the time of our lives watching this god-awful piece of shit film on my phone. I had my laptop with me, but I said no. This needs to be the first movie I ever watch entirely on my phone. I'm not turning my laptop on for this. Honestly, if you're interested in watching this movie, I can't recommend your phone enough as a viewing platform. It makes it even funnier, and I can't explain why. Anyway, yeah. This is my favorite comedy of the year so far. Though I still haven't seen the new Naked Gun movie yet. Clearly my priorities are just absolutely incredible considering I have seen both Smurfs and War of the Worlds 2025. I always wanted to get around to this stinker eventually, but the thing that really sold me and made me want to drop everything to witness it for myself was when someone said it was like a feature-length version of Nathan Fielder's fake movie The Web from Nathan For You. That is all I needed to hear. Yeah, this movie is pretty awful, but it really didn't need to be. The concept of adapting War of the Worlds but setting it all on one guy's computer has some potential. I can genuinely see a version of this movie that was really good. It just needed to, not be this. I'd say a good 60% of this movie is just Ice Cube looking at news footage of the aliens attacking and saying, "Damn." At one point, a lady gets vaporized and his reaction is, "Oh!" It's seriously the funniest thing in the world every time it happens. The direction here is so astoundingly awful that it never feels like he's actually reacting to whatever's on screen. Which is kind of a problem for a movie that mostly consists of Ice Cube's reactions. Here, I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Here I am at my computer screen, and guess what? I used to budget with spreadsheets. Darn! It was such an unnecessarily confusing and overwhelming experience. Shoot! It's a good thing I have Rocket Money to help me. Oh! It's the easy-to-use app that helps you save more and manage your money better. I love using Rocket Money to set budgets. You can use the app to create a customized budget in seconds. Wow! The app shows you where your money is going at all times and identifies top spending categories with insights on how you can stay within your budget better. Rocket Money will notify you about upcoming charges or when your balance is low to help you avoid overdrafts and late fees. Oh, snap! By the way, Rocket Money makes it so easy to cancel unwanted subscriptions. Once you connect your bank account, Rocket Money identifies all your subscriptions in a single list. From there, you can select the ones you don't want anymore, and Rocket Money may be able to help you cancel with just a few taps. Bazinga! I ran out of things to exclaim, sorry. Go to rocketmoney.com/ShayFrillis or click the link in the description to get started for free. You can also unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/ShayFrillis. To jump ahead a bit, at one point the aliens start consuming all the world's data, and this includes the Facebook profile of his dead wife. And his reaction is shaking his head in disappointment. How else would he get across the fact that he's upset over the aliens deleting his wife's Facebook? I know that sounds silly, but I promise you it is 10 times sillier in the actual movie than how I'm describing it. Don't worry, there are other characters in this movie, it's not just him. There's his son who turns out to be a master hacker, somehow eluding his father for years even though keeping surveillance on people is this guy's job. There's his daughter who's always giving these profound psychoanalyses of her father's character flaws, even when she's got shrapnel in her leg causing her deathly pain. Yeah, this is a totally natural element of the script, what are you talking about? Her name is Faith. And at one point she tells him, "Dad, you need to have a little faith." Oh, cause that's her name. Oh, that's so freaking epic. Whoa! There's the twist villain who has 2 scenes in the movie. Not even 2 scenes to be evil. I mean, like, there's one scene to introduce him as a character, and then he disappears from the movie for like an hour until the twist is revealed, and he gets 1 scene to be evil. This movie's awesome. You guys have no idea. Also, as a disclaimer, I could be forgetting some scenes he's in, but nobody's gonna gonna care. You're not gonna fact check me, cause that's tantamount to defending War of the Worlds 2025. You don't wanna be the guy who defends War of the Worlds 2025, do ya?
No.
Oh, thank God. Ice Cube's daughter has a fiance who works for Amazon, so he can patch up her wound using Amazon tape. And he can deliver a MacGuffin to Ice Cube in the climax by flying it in on an Amazon drone. All Ice Cube has to do is order it on Amazon and he can save the world. Wait, this is an Amazon Prime movie? No way, I never could have seen that coming. It's not even just Amazon though. They really find a way to work in every contemporary app people use. Gmail, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. It leads to some hilarious moments like Ice Cube getting a message that says, "Emergency Zoom call now," or some shit. It really is impossible to take this movie seriously at any point. My personal favorite aspect of it is the editing, which is just sublime. It's choppy, it's corny, it makes every death scene look unbelievably dumb. At one point, Ice Cube says touchdown 3 times, and you better believe each one of those touchdowns is a new shot that gets more progressively zoomed in. Why couldn't you just record him saying touchdown 3 times in a row in one take? Was that so hard? I mean, they went through all the trouble of recording audio of him explaining out loud to himself what the villain's evil plan is and why the aliens are attacking. As if we couldn't pick that up for ourselves since it's all on the screen. Thank God Ice Cube is here to explain it to us, guys. What about when the villain fires him and it's a big dramatic moment when he doesn't have internet access, so he can't do anything? But then after like 1 minute, his son hacks into the system and gives him all the access again. It just took 1 minute. What an incredible movie. Hey, wait, if the aliens are stealing all our data and destroying a bunch of shit, then how come every website works perfectly fine? How are the Twitter servers still up in the last act of this movie? They barely even stay up when there's no alien invasion. Also, the government loses all their data and this message appears on screen that says, "All data lost." Like they had a pre-programmed message for all their data getting lost instead of the screen just going black. Okay. Oh no, without data, the planes can't fly anymore. You can tell because this one crashed with a corny explosion effect that causes a terrible screen shake effect that was definitely not added in post. How did the pilot fuck up landing this plane so badly anyway? Open your eyes! Stick your head out the window! All I'm saying is Nathan Fielder would have landed that plane. Anyway, always remember, kids, a little government surveillance is okay because it'll help us defeat the aliens. But too much government surveillance is a no-no. See, it's okay that Ice Cube spied on his daughter's fridge because he cares about her health. It's good that he can monitor her heart rate and hijack a Tesla remotely because that saved the day. Ice Cube could do a little government surveillance as a treat. Either you're with him or you're with the aliens. One of the last shots of this movie is a fake post from Joe Rogan about how Ice Cube and his kids saved the world. I can't even begin to do this justice with words. I can't form a coherent review out of this. I'm laughing too hard, and I'm never gonna stop laughing at this rate. You really need to do yourself a favor and check this out for yourself. Preferably with friends. It's an absolute blast and a half where nothing works except maybe the concept. And that really doesn't mean shit with an execution this awful. This movie is somehow even worse than Smurfs 2025, but I love it 100 times more. 2 out of 10. And that's only because I would not dare give a movie this hysterical a 1. Absolute cinema. Good night, Tri-State area.